In this video, I'm going to show you how to utilize the data off of the Department of Audit website, external reports specifically, you can also use the internal reports, within a Notebook LM experience. So Notebook LM is one of the AI tools offered by Google under the Gemini program. What's cool about Notebook is it allows you to create or add a whole bunch of documents that you can then search and reference. I'll show you how that works. What you do is you select add sources. So first you have to go to the Department of Audit website. Click on public funds, click on reports. You'll end up at this page. Once here, click on external reports. When you do so, you will have this Google Drive added to your shared with me. Make sure you're logged in under the same account that you want to log in with here. Then, so I'm under the same account as I was there. Now I click add sources and then I click drive. Underneath drive, there's files that are shared with me. I'll show you, I'm going to do Crook County. So here's the reports within external reports, Crook County. There's budget reports, census reports, and CPA reports. You can click on any one of these folders. I'm going to do census reports in this example. You'll see there's census reports from 2019 through 2025. I'm going to click on here, and then you're going to want to change the view if you can. Where is that view change? I'm not getting it right there, but what we want to look for in here is, come on. I hate it when it does this view. So there's Sundance. Perfect. I want to show you Sundance. So I'm going to click Sundance. There's only one of those in there, and I'm going to insert that. It's going to download and insert that report right here into the LLM. Next thing I'm going to do is do this again. Unfortunately, I have to keep doing this. Figure out a better way, I'm all for it. Census reports 2020. Sundance should be our second one. Let's hover over it. It is. Select that one, insert, and keep repeating until you get all of them in there. So let's do that real fast. Back. All right, so now we've got 19 through 25. Now give me an initial assumption or summary there. I'm going to do re-summarize what I added. So here in the second section, you can chat with the AI in regard to the sources you have over here. And you can add other sources if you'd like. But in this case, I'm just looking at the reports here, the same census reports from 2019 through 2025. You can create a data table off this. So over here, you can click and ask it to do something. So I'm going to have it create a data table. Okay, here's the data table. So it pulled the data from all those sources. I now have a data table from all of those data in one place. And you can see it's structured out based upon those reports. Now the thing here is the reports had to be relatively similar in order for it to work, but we're now seeing what those reports look like. So cash total and cash investments at the end of the year, it's showing you everything that's grown. In this case, we can look total taxes raised or received, and you can see where the taxes came in at, to that entity over that time. So you can then export this to Google Sheet if you'd like, pull it over to Google Sheet, and you can start doing percentage increases. So you could do, you could insert a chart, or you can even do it here. You could say, based upon the data, what is the average percent increase in, what is it called, total tax revenue year to year on average, and ask it to do the math, and it'll pump out the math. It's a pretty useful number right there. You now know that average year-over-year percent increase in total tax revenue to the city was 11%. cool thing about this is pre-pandemic, post-pandemic. And it's giving you breakdowns by year here, right? The year increases. So you can really see how the data looks. But this is how you can use Notebook LLM against that external data to really dig deep into information about what's going on a financial level. Now, it's all based upon the reports that are available here. So if the data here is not good or not accurate, your reports aren't going to be good or accurate. But these are filings, so you would expect them to be somewhat accurate. There's CPA reports. I don't know what this is. So you can, here's Cook County School District, their CPA report. So you can run the same style reports for this too. This type of historical data can be very valuable, especially in the current conversation in regard to property taxes, because you can share a lot of information very rapidly and break it down. So you could ask a question. So what was the net percent increase between 2019 and 2024 in taxes and spending and cash reserves individually? So total tax revenue increased 71%. Total spending decreased 60%. And there's a reason for that. They had a construction thing. Their cash and investment reserves increased 160%. Good job. So as you can see, this report is incredibly useful. Now, there's obviously going to be nuances in there, and that's what I said on number 2, total spending, because I know I was looking at the report in like 2019, I think it was. They had, you see this big number here in 2019. There were some other big numbers. There was work being done, and so there was a giant grant that came in, and then there's a giant construction project that was going on. So those can throw off the numbers. So you want to look for wild variables, right? And that's a pretty wild variable. There's going to be other stuff in those reports, but the amount of data I just got just by those reports during this recording is pretty amazing. That's less than 10 minutes of work. Hope this helps you.